Saving, saving ball, saving shots. It's probably one of the most important things a goalkeeper has to do. No, I think to become the best goalkeeper in the world, you sometimes need to make saves that others wouldn't make, and I think he had one or two of them Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday it was, and in general it was a bit exaggerated talking about 27 shots. He didn't have to make 27 saves, but he had two world class saves in big moments for us. Because if you go 1-0 down, then the game would even be harder than it already was being 0-0.
You've made a point a few times this season of saying that not often have you got more than you deserve. Just wonder, is Wednesday an example of that turning around a little bit and developing the opposite kind of habit, which could be crucial now, maybe delivering 3 trophies?
That's a long question, but I leave the little bit out, I would say. We weren't a little bit lucky. We were really lucky. But, as Michael Jordan said once, the harder you work, the more luck you have. And this is the biggest compliment you have to give the players. They've worked incredibly hard, and I think even the second half, we didn't control ball possession. We were not the dominant team at all, but we controlled them better than in the first half, and that also has to do with the players being able, if you were 45 minutes, the other team had the ball a lot, you had to defend so much, mentally so strong and physically so strong to come up with the second half performance with not giving away that many open chances as we did the first half, and even scoring a goal on the counter-attack. That shows you how mentally strong and physically strong these players are.
Again though, I mean, we talk about situations like that, and there's a saying in English football that your name is on the cup when you have situations like that. Do you look at it like that and think that this is that mentality, that ability to get over the line when you haven't been necessarily your best performance of the season? How crucial is that when you're going for trophies on all 3 fronts?
If you want to win something, if it's the Premier League or the League Cup or the Champions League or the FA Cup, you need to have once in a while a game where you don't play your best football and you are lucky, which is maybe not luck if you work as hard as we do, to get away with a result. There are almost no teams that play 38 games, or in the Champions League is not as much, only good football. I think Real Madrid is one of the best examples of that. They also find a way to win a game if the other team is better than them. And that's what they did, but I'm not looking at all at the Paris Saint-Germain game anymore. My full focus is now on Southampton, which is the first of 3 finals to be played in the upcoming week.
And therefore, how much has Wednesday taken out of the players, and how does it impact then team selection? Because obviously there is that second leg to come, and then there is a cup final against Newcastle as well.
Yeah, but for me the one against Southampton is by far the most important. Not only because it's the first one we play, but it is a very important one for us. So if I make the choice to play other players, that is because I think that's the biggest chance to win the game tomorrow, and not because I want to rest them for the game against Paris Saint-Germain. So the only way I make a change is because maybe it's only 2 days in between. And then I might feel that playing someone else is a better option because we have many players that are of equal quality. But that then only has to do with us getting a bigger chance of winning the game against Southampton than it has anything to do with the Paris Saint-Germain game.
Sure. What goes through your mind when you are deciding team selection? Because I know the old cliche is it's one game at a time. But in your mind, do you actually probably know your lineup against PSG and the cup final? Do you think that far ahead?
No, not as much as you might think. Of course, you do know what to expect now from Paris Saint-Germain. You do know what to expect from Newcastle. But for me, the most important game is the one against Southampton. And if there would be 3, 4, 5 days in between these two, the last game and this one, I would have probably started the same 11 again, even if there was only 2 days in between for the next one. But since there's only 2 days in between, and we had to fight really hard, and it's not the first game after being 3 or 4 weeks out. It's probably the 50th game in 3 months. I don't know how many. So you take that into account, but you take the quality from the team you face, you take the form of the players, you take how fit they are, which players are best fit best together. So if you look at, we started off with Lucio and Jogo, where Jogo is a type of player, 9.5 for me almost. He's almost a midfielder as a striker. And then I finished the game with Curtis, who's a midfielder from the left, and Darwin, who's more of a real 9. So these combinations you look at depending on the opposition and the formation of the other team. The good thing for us is, because you guys are till now only focused on Paris Saint-Germain, is that Southampton has the same formation if they have the ball as Paris Saint-Germain has. So now we need to do much better without the ball, so to press Southampton than we did against Paris Saint-Germain. So it's another good test for us.
I think only Nottingham Forest have used fewer players than Liverpool in the Premier League. Do you like having a kind of tight squad like that, or in an ideal world for a manager, would you have a big squad?
I see the advantages of playing mostly with the same team because they get used to each other, so that helps. But I also am aware of the fact that you cannot play a season with 11 players, so that's why you saw sometimes players rotating. And I don't do this with 20 or 25, but mostly with 14, 15, if possible. And the other ones don't always get the playing time they deserve. I think Harvey Elliott is a great example of that. He's done so well for this club. He trains well, but he's in competition with Mo Salah and Dominic Szoboszlai. And now, I don't think Mo was happy that I took him off 5 minutes before the end, if I looked at his body language. And there's a reason for that, because he is a player that can score a goal for us, even if he's not even playing his best game. That's why I hardly take him off. Now I did, and Dominic Szoboszlai is, you could call him a machine. Every time you play him on the pitch, he's the one that runs most, and that's it makes it sometimes hard for Harvey. That's why I like it so much how he did when he came in. Only 5 minutes. Some players are sometimes frustrated if they only get 5 minutes, but in our team this has never happened. Maybe once or twice, but in general it's never happened. Yeah.
Hi Ivan, nice to see you. How you doing? Are there any new injury or illness issues for the squad for this game?
No, we are all good.
So Lallana okay, Bree okay, Carl Walker-Peters all okay?
Yeah, everybody okay.
Great stuff. What are your thoughts on this game? It's top against bottom, the best team in the Premier League against the worst team.
They were really best this year. Like the difference of 30 points with Arsenal, it's true, because they play great football, and we know that that will be tough, very tough game for us.
Is it mission impossible?
No, it's never mission impossible. We will try to do our best, and we will see.
Seriously, how do you think you can hurt Liverpool though?
No, before the match I'm always optimistic, and then after maybe I think differently. But before match I always see like possibility to do something good.
Even after what happened at Chelsea and against Brighton?
Even after these 2 games.
It's being reported that you won't be Southampton manager at the end of the season, even though your contract suggests you can manage here into next season. Is that your understanding now?
No, it's normal for everybody manager. When you have a result, everything is good. When you don't have a result, you have doubts, or club has doubts. It's a normal situation. I'm used to it in this. For every manager is like this. Nothing special.
If Southampton are relegated and that's coming fast, do you really think you will be the manager here next season?
No, like I said, I don't know. I live like this moment. I think about Liverpool and not about what will happen for 1 year or in the future. I can do my job, try to do my best, and that's it.
How do you think you've done so far? Because 9 defeats in 10 Premier League games.
Not good. No, I did not good, bad.
Why do you think it's turned out so badly?
No, I think lots of situations. I think there is everybody fault a little bit when things doesn't go well, and I think that's happened. But if I think of my job, of course I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. I expected much more.
Yeah. Are you disappointed the team just hasn't responded to you?
No, like I said, when things went wrong, everybody's fault, not or team or me or club or. It's a fault of everybody. We have 9 points. It's fault of everybody. With Russell, they did 5 and then 4. It's everybody faults. No, my faults, other faults, and it's not important to think about that. It's important that we prepare the game, that we do our best until end of season, and then you will see what will happen.
Huge week for Liverpool after the great Paris heist. They have Southampton. I know people will be looking at it and saying, you know, top versus bottom, which we've also said, but it was 3-2 last time they met. Then they also have Champions League in midweek again against PSG, big game, and the Carabao Cup final coming up. So you're shaking your head no.
Yeah, it's not going to be 3-2.
Okay.
It's not going to be 3-2. I mean, this Southampton side, they score the odd goal. They're shocking defensively. They've got the lowest XG in the Premier League. Liverpool have scored 2 or more goals in 25 of their 28 games so far this season. Mo Salah's scored 50. He's been involved in 52 goals, as everybody knows, 30 in the Premier League. He had a quiet game in midweek. He will want to come back and get some more goals and assists. I think he's had at least 1 of each in 11 of the last 13 games. The numbers come out of your ears to tell you that Liverpool are going to pulverise Southampton.
Will he play? Mo Salah, you think?
I think he'd want to play.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm youth manager, so you'll know what I mean when I say this. And all our viewers will as well. I think part of the key to Arne Slot keeping Salah on side is that he plays him all the time. We saw the bust up between Klopp and Salah at West Ham in the last days, and that breakdown. And I think as far as Slot is concerned, even when Salah came off, he looked like a face like thunder, but then Elliott scoring after 47 seconds kind of made the point. I think that Salah will want to kind of just remind people who he is. He's having a legacy season anyway. And, you know,
I think what will happen is Arne Slot will talk to Mo Salah and he will talk to Virgil van Dijk and he will ask them if they want to play. I think if he had his way, I think he would like to rest them for this game because he knows how difficult that PSG second leg is going to be, and then the cup final the following week. So.
The only thing I think is that we were listening to Arne Slot talking in the preamble a second ago, and I watched more of the press conference earlier on Friday, and he was really... The message he seemed to be sending out for me is that I don't want there to be complacency around this game. I want the noise to be ear-splitting. I want the players to be focused. I want everybody to treat this like a final. Because I remember early in the season when they were going to play Manchester United, and everyone believed that would be a cricket score, and Manchester United gave as good as they got. And so I got a feeling... I know you were talking about 3-2 and I was just kind of dismissing it, but I think they will want to be ruthless. I think they'll want to score early so that Southampton can't sit deep, because the game then, you know, what are they going to do? They've got to come out and play, and then I think they'll want to inflict more punishment on them.
And that's probably not about Southampton. That's about the fact that there's this big week, they're in the middle of it, and they want to keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't pick a better time to play Liverpool if you're Southampton. And that sounds really strange, but the only problem is Southampton are so bad. I'm not sure how much life is left in them, how much confidence is left in that group of players. And I'm talking for the manager and the group of players as well. And they go into the toughest place. You know, Anfield is a fortress. You know, Nottingham Forest won there. They would look at that game and they would say, this is how we're going to break them down. That's a template. But listen, I just think there will be changes. If there's ever going to be changes, it will be for this game.
Yeah.
But Darren's absolutely right. If he's whipping the fans up in the media, they can't turn up and all of a sudden he's made 5-6 changes to his team because he's not holding his side of the bargain up. So perhaps you're right.
Yeah, I got to say the Southampton fans were very entertaining in that game against Chelsea. They were singing, "You're not so special, we lose every week." And they kept, you know, they got to entertain themselves. And I'm sure your same story at Anfield. What about midweek? The fact that PSG had 27 or 28 shots to Liverpool's 2.
I think he's right.
And that's why that said, hang it in the Louvre. Liverpool, Southampton.
Liverpool 4, Southampton 0.
Liverpool 6, Southampton 0. Yeah, so I will go with City to Forest 1.
I go 3-1, Man City.
Brighton, Fulham.
1-1.
Yeah, I'd go with that. 1-1.
Palace Ipswich.
Or Palace in good form. Ipswich, not that great. I'm going to go Palace 2-0.
No Mateta, 0-0.
Nketiah scoring goals.
Yeah.
Do you want to change?
No, 0-0.
Okay.
0-0.
He's sticking to his principles.
Yeah.
Okay. Liverpool, Southampton.
Liverpool 4, Southampton 0.
Liverpool 6, Southampton 0.
Brentford, Villa.
Oh, tight one. Both out of form, but it's at Brentford. I'm going to go 1-0 to Brentford.
I go 2-1 to Aston Villa.
Wolves, Everton.
Wolves 2, Everton 0.
Oh, no, I disagree with that. I think Everton have got better defensively. Cunha's not playing, of course. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Everton.
Chelsea versus Leicester.
Very interesting one, this, because I think as far as Chelsea are concerned, good team, can't defend. Leicester horrific. I think Leicester might sneak it by a goal to 0.
Cole Palmer 2.
Who?
2-0.
Tottenham, Bournemouth.
Tottenham, 1 game left for the season, and that's the most important one, which is PSV. They will rest players, and Bournemouth will beat them. 0-1.
Yeah, I agree.
Man United versus Arsenal.
Interesting one. This Arsenal got a terrific record at Man United. Man United are all over the place. I can see Arsenal going there, scoring with a set piece, and then a second goal when United suddenly come out and play. 2-0 Arsenal.
United 0, Arsenal 3.
And then we got Monday Night Football as well. West Ham versus Newcastle. How do you think that one's going to go?
Newcastle, a lot of injuries at the moment. West Ham 2, Newcastle 1.
Newcastle got a good record at West Ham, but I agree, Jared Bowen's going to be their undoing, and he will score 2 goals to win the game for West Ham.
What a weekend we have in store. We've got top versus bottom, third versus fourth, an old rivalry at Old Trafford, Manchester United versus Arsenal, which neither of you have given Manchester United a goal.
No chance.
No, I just think what we're watching at the moment and witnessing is not what we want to see from a Man United side, and I think Arsenal will win the game.
Okay, well, plenty to come in match week 28 in the Premier League, and we cannot wait for all of the action. Thank you so much to Darren Lewis and to Tim Sherwood for sharing their opinions, their thoughts, and for not hearing me properly when I said Cole Palmer. He says he's going to score twice on the weekend. We'll see you guys next time.